Alright, for the last match, we're just going to jump into a heads-up queue, seeing as how our daily event and our 8-player queue did not go very well. Puppies being the worst, as per usual. And our hand is 7 spells, so we're going to mulligan. The only changes I made to the deck were to cut a Darkslick Shores for a Sulphur Falls, so hopefully we don't get punished again by not having double red. And I fully expect Burn to just always be waiting for me in the heads-up queues, but apparently that's not the case today, so... Oh, happy day. And our hand is okay. Obviously, drawing the second copy of Splinter Twin is not very good. So it's kind of like we mulled a 5, but we have mana, we have early interaction. If our opponent's playing blue-white control, this game might take a while. Wall of Omens. Well, I'm not scared of the wall. It is possible that it comes down to like Snapcaster beats or whatever, but I really just don't want them to play Restoration Angel and draw another card, so we're going to spell turn that and draw the third Splinter Twin. So what the hell, deck? What the hell? So Lightning Bolt probably not very good here either, so kind of like a mold of 2 at this point. And we're just going to cycle this remand. Entirely possible that our opponent needs to hit land drops, but okay. So they have the Emiria, so they're playing the Sun Titan version of the deck. So maybe some restos. I've seen some lists with restos, some without. Depends on like how budgety you want to be. But all these Splinter Twins are looking pretty bad. Thankfully, we drew the Loot House. That was like our one out, which is great. This deck does have some Ghost Quarters or Tectonic Edges, generally. So hopefully we do not get blown out by that stuff. We're just going to get another Steam Vents here. Now we have the combo, which is good, especially since it looks like we don't have the combo because we didn't Deceiver last turn, so... maybe we can incentivize our opponent to tap out here. That'd be nice. We can just steal a game real quick. Definitely what I'm hoping for. Cortusar Resolves. It's a powerful Magic card. One of our lovely editor's favorite cards. Or content manager, rather, not the editor. Cedric Phillips. I know this doesn't seem like a very Cedric Phillips card, but it is. Trust me. So we could loot, or we could simply tap down our opponent's land. I'm going to go for the tap. If we get Path, that's kind of gravy, and we have an extra land. And the other didn't have it or didn't want to use it. So now we are infinite. Infinity Cleric something or others. Alright, so yeah, mulled a bunch. Still ended up winning. So love it. Absolutely love it. And then yeah, I think we just want the Spell Skites into spells. Get these Taskers out of here. We just focus on comboing. Things should be okay. And I guess we'll just cut the commands and... terminate. Bolt kind of kills like the random stuff. So I'm fine keeping in Bolt. Maybe Cut is better. Like maybe Cut and Terminate are better than Bolt actually. Either way, there's not too many things that I'm actually worried about killing. So Bolts might just be better for our backup plan. And I don't really want to be the control deck in this matchup because Keranos doesn't really beat their top end of Sun Titan, so we're just going to ignore those. So our hand for game 2 is pretty solid. So we're definitely keeping this. And we found the Splinter Twin. Splinter Twin just loves to come off the top of our deck, apparently. And Steam Vents it up. Seer Visions, just digging for land. And we find them. We already have 2 pseudo deceiver thingies, so don't really need a third one. And we'll just kind of go from here, see what happens. Maybe we can win a game as easily as we did last game. So no fetch until their main phase. So trying to draw some other lands apparently. And I'll just play the island. Can just wait on fetching. I think I would rather naturally draw a Steam Vents, which is the land that I would fetch, as opposed to the Deceiver Exarch, which would get shuffled back into my deck. So oh, Spellskite's phenomenal. The Phenom. I suppose this turn I could have played Deceiver, tapped a land, and then maybe they path me, and the next turn I could just play a Spellskite and another thing. So maybe that was better. Ooh, Flicker Wisp, my Wall of Omens. Combo deck. Combo deck. I'm just going to bolt this Flicker Wisp right now. Get that thing out of here. And we are going to upkeep Pestermite. Gives our opponent less chances to do anything in their main phase. May still have to keep mana open, although it's pretty tough to do that when I have a Spellskite and have it matter. So could potentially have 2 Path to Exiles. But I don't think we're going to play around that. I don't know. I suppose we could, right? Like, nothing really stopping us from just attacking for 2. And if we do get double pathed, then we're going to end up with 6 mana, which might be nice. And they have to Ghost Quarter themselves, so yeah, I'm down. I'm in there. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Most likely they're just dead. So this gives them less chances to actually draw into stuff. Disenchant instead, but we have the Spellskite, so thankfully not like a Celestial Purge or something. And yeah, that's it. So that is certainly the benefit of playing the twin combo is, you know, some games you don't have to grind them, you just kill them. So we ended up 1-3, which is definitely not a great record, but I thought the games were interesting enough to submit this anyways. It wasn't like, you know, I mulled to 4 every game or whatever. I mean, some of the games kind of look like that. Like, we went kind of low a few times, and we drew a bunch of Splinter Twins and whatnot, but some of those games we still won anyway, so not really a big deal. And I thought the games were interesting enough, and yeah, can't win them all. And like I said, Modern is very volatile, and sometimes that just happens. You have a really bad day, and you play against these decks that aren't even necessarily bad matchups, but Twin is a big enough portion of the field that decks like the Naya Company Zoo deck and the Merfolk deck and whatnot, like, they have answers for you. They are ready. So the games are not easy. They're certainly not as easy as they used to be, but it's worth looking into, you know. It's worth trying out still. And like I said, like all those cards that were good against my twin deck, like the Relics and the removal spells and whatnot, they would have been good against Grixis also, so I probably would have had a tougher road had I been playing normal Grixis. But Yeah, today was a pretty good learning experience, I think, and I hope you guys took something away from it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.